Hey guys, what is going on? This is TheSpartan with another unit review, and today I'll be getting to the Demolisher. I have no idea why I bought two of these guys, but sometimes when you have too many nanopods, you just tend to go a bit overboard with them. So yeah, I'm nearly at tier 10, so I'll be doing that. Let me just get to a nice formation filled with walls so I can show you the glory of this unit. It recently got buffed, so it's not doing what it used to, but it's still a crappy unit. Alright. They would not put this thing in the front row. I don't know who would. I'm just gonna quickly put some supers in front, or fossils as I call them. I don't want this thing to get one shot. So yeah, the earthquake attack. Alright, so this unit has 3 attacks. One that sweeps to the side, a sort of anti-tank thing, explosive one, and the earthquake, which deals only damage to defensive structures, walls, lightning towers. You get the point. Alright, so let me show you the first one. Yeah. And things with armor that didn't do crap, so I'll show you on the tank now. Nice crit, 394 damage. So this thing's like a weaker brute. What's with Z2's beam of weaker brute units? Alright, now for the thing that this thing was built for, demolishing defenses. And with the buff, it does that pretty well. I remember, like, before the buff, the defenses would always survive, and I would just sit there laughing for a good time. Alright, without a crit, still good damage. It was horrendous. This thing would literally survive. It would literally just bash every wall, and it would survive, and just disappointment would ensue very shortly. So yeah, now it deals some decent damage. I still don't get how a wrecking ball can't just fly over, can't just like hit it, this veteran behind it. What if I do want to hit a veteran with a wrecking ball? Like, what if I want to do that? Well, you can't. So yeah, against those kinds of units, this thing really doesn't do much damage. Like, let me compare it to a brute real fast. They're not part of my formation for the strike, so I don't really mind losing it. Without a crit, 328 damage. 469 on its weaker attack. Okay, can I get a crit here? Yes, I can. 629 damage. Come on, Demolisher. Do better. Like, no. It's not gonna work. Now, when it comes to destroying walls, the Demolisher is very good, like you saw now with the buff. I actually see, after buff, I actually have seen a wall completely survive, and that was kind of awkward. Like, how many times are you gonna buff this thing before it does its job correctly? So, yeah, I'm gonna start using all of those assists I just got to repair everything. Now I'm gonna focus on heavier tanks this strike. Megas are getting a bit too expensive, especially with how low my gears and widgets are getting. Yeah, I'm just gonna make repair 2. Gotta get my heaviers ranked up by the end of the strike, before the next strike, like, yikes. Alright, let me get to the actual thing. To the stats and all that. The Demolisher, oh wait, yeah. These things can be found in the vehicle factory. And they build in 59 seconds. It's only taking that long because some dude's occupying me. Wait, are you in my guild? Just gonna quickly go down. Because if you're not in my guild... Okay, buddy. You're out. Bye. If you're not in my guild, you don't occupy during a strike. Like, Get the rules right, man. Alright. Now that that's done. Alright, the Demolisher, yeah, 21 seconds right there, under a minute. Very easy. Alright, so, why am I going to the Winged Mammoth? Skybus 2.0, I swear. Alright, Demolisher, here it is, next to the Bora Hovercraft, equally terrible unit. So the Demolisher has 280 hit points, 240 armor, 50 bravery, 40 defense. It's a blocking unit with bonuses to offense and power. Mine came pre-ranked at rank 6. And yeah, it resists crushing, explosive, cold, and piercing on its base, which is its health, and same thing on its armor. And its Wrecking Ball has infinite ammo. So the first attack, Demolish, is 150 to 203. 3 crushing damage with a cooldown of 4, 1 to 2 range, a precise line of fire, 71 offense, 10% base crit, negative 20% crit versus soldier, and 60 crit versus vehicle. Not sure why this should do crit against soldier because it's horrendous against vehicles. The 21-ton drop does 161 to 217 explosive damage. There you go. With a cooldown of 4, 1 to 4 range, precise line of fire, 71 offense, 15% base crit, negative 15 crit versus soldier, and 65% crit versus vehicle. And the Earthquake does 609 to 826 crushing damage with a cooldown of 6, 1 to 5 range, indirect line of fire, 81 offense, 55% base crit, and 155% crit versus defense. Yeah, so this is the Spartan with another unit review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.